Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to Heroes in the Mist, the second session of my Ravenloft slash Curse of Strahd 5th edition. We are back and right in the right in the beginning of a combat. Hames, it was your go. We've got a strange, ghostly woman rushing Javak in the middle of a nursery.
As it rushes Javik, I pull out the glaive and attack it.
You just kind of poke it past Javak at her. Go ahead and roll your.
Wow, that glaive is super good.
Yeah, it's a two-handed. It's a fairly decent weapon. Yeah, you easily hit the woman, and your glaive just kind of passes through her. But where it passes, you can see something of a disturbance of her figure, even though you don't actually. The wound that is left behind is nothing like you felt like you should have done, but it's still noticed.
Yeah.
And in return, since I'm assuming you're done.
I am done.
I think that's. And just as that weapon really cuts into her, but only a very shallow cut. She reaches out and she just tries to take a swipe with one ghostly, thin and skeletal claw at Javak. Machine, why would you do this to me?
"17 hits.
And yes, it definitely does. Go ahead and Javak, you take 20 necrotic.
I am at -8.
Wait, no, that's not right. I've got it scrolled up.
I can
God.
help you.
For some reason, this thing scrolled up all the way to the top, like just after I rolled that.
Okay, because I saw
So
an
you take
11.
11. You
Okay,
take an
I'm down
11
to
necrotic
1.
damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw. And I believe you might have advantage on.
Yeah, I got a 22.
Okay, yeah, you shake off the unearthly chill which is left
I
behind.
shake that off, but I am severely hurt.
Hannibal.
Well, someone's about to get my other healing spell of the day.
You're muted.
And now we're going to see how well the healing spell works.
So you step in and try to bolster his.
Oh, thank you.
He regains 9 points.
Yeah, so stop crying, you wuss.
Alright, that brings me back up to 10. That ain't bad.
Alright, Javak, it's all you.
Well, I'm hurt, and I'm pissed, and I'm guessing that she doesn't do real slashing damage, but I'm going to try to take my other rage so that I can try to squeak a little bit of extra damage out of this.
Just go ahead and bust out with a rage.
I fly into a rage using my fancy button. That is my second rage of the day, and they only recharge on a long rest. Should keep that in mind. And that is +2 for damage and resisting bludgeon, piercing, and slashing.
Okay.
So with that in mind, I'm going to take that great axe that I had raised, and I'm going to try to bring it down right on her ghostly head. And probably miss again. Because who wants to land attacks?
And indeed, that just kind of. It actually passes right through her this time.
Oh.
Kind of dissipates for it and reform. Bellic.
All right. Seeing that Javik isn't necessarily doing all that well, and knowing from past complaining that Hannibal is now at his limit for healing spells, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to first cast my false life spell, and then
That didn't actually.
yeah, I saw that. And then I'm gonna
7, 10,
pull
10.
my spear. Yeah, and then I'm gonna pull out my spear and move into melee with the creature to hopefully give it more than one target than just Javik, and spread the herd out a little bit.
Mechanical question.
Yeah.
What are temporary hit points? I see I've got a field for them and everything. How do they work exactly?
Basically, their hit points, hit point damage comes off them first. They
Okay.
expire after a certain time.
Okay, good enough. Thank you.
Think of him as a blade of armor.
Okay.
All right, you can step in and is that it? You don't actually get your attack.
Yeah, the spell is a regular action.
All right. So next, Hames.
I didn't hear that. I was going. Okay, I
It's
attack
your
again.
turn. All right, just gonna go ahead and slash at her with the glaive again. Pull it. Oh, you definitely hit
Oh
her
my
again.
god.
Although once again, it does much less damage. Thought you
I
does kind of
understand
turn
it's
her
a ghost,
gaze
and
towards
slashing
you.
weapons don't do much to ghosts.
Does turn her gaze towards you, and this time are you standing adjacent to the door, or are you standing like back here? Like are you standing back there or up here? Ames. Right there? Okay. She is going to rear up and swing at you.
Oh, thank God.
You have been doing so much damage to her. That is a 16. Get through to your AC.
So if
You're breaking in it. 16 does hit.
Okay, I have a
It does
16
not have cover
AC.
because
I have a
it says on your
16.
sheet.
So does a 16 hit or a 16 miss?
This is 16 does hit, yes. You have to get that or above.
I always thought that you had to get above it, but that's okay.
it's a target number.
Yeah. And it does 13 necrotic damage. And you need to
Okay.
make a constitution. Still up. You should. All right. You shake off the unearthly chill before it manages to set in.
And I take a step back because I'm at 1 hit point.
Hannibal.
Well, I'm going to go on the offensive on this and cast Sacred Flame, which hopefully
Do
works.
it.
For 2.
What? Radiant. Okay. And if it makes it save, what goes on?
I think that's no damage if it makes it save. Like, it doesn't say half damage. I saw.
Okay, yeah. So it manages to shake off your spell without. Javak.
I am just going to keep on swinging with that great axe because, by the law of
And attempt
averages,
to
I
hit
am bound to hit something
at
eventually.
some point.
But by
Because
the
I
law,
haven't
I
landed
just
a
hope that
single
something
attack
isn't
yet,
me.
so I'm going to keep trying.
I just hope the
Oh,
something you hit isn't one
wow.
of us.
Yeah, you
I miss again.
just completely. This time
Javik's been having a hard day, okay?
you're just shaking so much from the initial
Yeah.
impact.
That shit
All right,
hurts.
Bellic, your go.
All right. Is there a space that I can move to where I would be adjacent to it, but not any of our party members?
No, because it's standing right here in the doorway, and everybody else is basically attacking it. These three.
Yeah, I'm dead
This
center of
area
the
right
door here.
Wall, or is it like a railing? Because you mentioned that the balcony was visible from.
The balcony is down here.
Oh, that was because Hames was looking through the door that you described the balcony.
Yeah,
All
Haynes
right. I
was over
thought.
here and looking through the door.
My fault. I must not have been paying enough attention. I thought we were able to see it through the room that the ghost-ish thing was in.
No.
All right,
Well, you can theoretically. It's just like a little window here,
I
so you can see it from where you're standing. Just you can see it through.
Okay. I guess then, since it's not really safe for me to use the spell, I'll just try to stab it with my spear, which is, I figure, probably going to be less effective if I hit, but it's also going to hurt my allies less, and that's more important.
Especially at this point. And that definitely does hit. He is looking pretty much as ragged as she possibly can at the moment. So
It's a matter of how much of a jerk she'll be.
That's it for me.
Ames, it's your turn.
I can, since I have a reach weapon, I can still
you can
reach her,
step
even though I
back
took
and still-
even though I
yeah.
stepped back.
Beauty of reach weapons.
It's the beauty
That is
of being
another
two-handed.
hit.
And it's a crit. It's a
This is
natural
where-
20.
Okay, that is a natural 20.
It's a natural 20, so it's a crit.
Okay, and
It looks like you didn't throw in your crit damage to the weapon there, so it rolled a 0 for you, which obviously is not possible.
yeah.
Basically, you
So-
just roll the 2d6 again.
Okay, yeah. So just roll 2d6 again. You're gonna roll them manually.
Do I add anything to it?
Nope.
Just it only damages the weapon die itself, not.
Okay.
It's kind of like the opposite of what they used to do, where you actually roll like with one last powerful blow. Hames comes out from the back and just cuts her down the middle. She opens her mouth as if to shriek, but once more, no sound comes. Kind of vanishes.
What happens to my temporary hit points?
You don't have temporary.
Oh, I thought he gave them to
himself.
me.
No, he gave them to himself.
Oh!
he wanted to step in and tank for you.
If I
okay.
could give them to you,
Yeah,
I
he
would
could
have.
give them,
But the spell is self
Okay.
only.
Well, I'm glad that never actually came up. That would have been really difficult. Okay,
it was
well,
basically him trying to take the slack off from.
right, yeah. I'm gonna creep forward into that nursery room and take a peek into that spooky-looking crib.
You creep forward and you see within the crib a tightly wrapped little bundle of.
I'm gonna
Is
get
it
ready
moving?
to need the
It
sacred
is not
flame, the
moving,
baby.
no.
Sorry, Raph, say that again. Is it moving?
It's not moving, no.
Against my better judgment, I'm going to start unwrapping it.
You unwrap the blankets more and more and find nothing but more blankets. Got bundle of blankets.
At least I don't have to
Significantly
separate.
less scary than what I was expecting. Okay, so we have found, let's run through the checklist here. Number 1, we have found no basement. Number 2, we have found no monster. Number 3, we were not warned about the walking suit of armor. And number 4, we were not warned about the ghostly apparition carrying a baby in the nursery. So these kids, provided they're still here, have some answers for us, I'm hoping.
Number 5, we need to. We don't have any more healing for now.
Number 6, there's I know has to be at least one secret room on the second floor and a whole chimney staircase section that could be open.
I don't know about has to be. I will agree that there could be. There's space for it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's something there, right?
I'm no architect. I don't know how this house was designed. I've got other things on my mind than prodding walls, like not being dead right now, considering how much I've taken and how little I've dealt back. My primary interest right now is going right back out the front door to
believe
find
that,
these kids.
I believe that Hames would probably also enjoy taking a short rest at this point.
Oh yeah, I'm at 1 hit point.
Exactly. I can
All right.
stabilize you if you're dying, but that's about it.
Well,
So
let's stay in the kids' room. It seems like the most defensible since. Well, is it? I don't know. You know what? It's a crapshoot anyway. So let's just take our short rest in this room since we're here.
go ahead, John. Go ahead and mute. I'm getting background noise.
Then what?
Yeah, they're having a full. Okay, now what was your plan, Javik?
My vote is for us to take a short rest in this room that we're in.
Right there, and anybody got any objections to that?
Not really, no.
No.
Since we're facing things that might be ghosts anyway, they can pretty much come in however they want, wherever we are.
Entrances and exits aren't really going to be a consideration.
All right, anybody want to do anything while they're resting?
Feel better.
Is there anything I can even do while resting? I don't think. I think it takes a full night to regain spells.
Unless you're a warlock.
Nope.
What do we gain by the short rest versus a long rest?
You regain 1 hit. You can spend 1 hit die to basically bandage your wound, concentrate on feeling better. Basically take a breather, sit back, and you basically roll your 1 hit die plus your con bonus.
Although, to be clear, if we were higher level, you would be able to spend more than just 1.
Yeah. And if you take a long rest, then you regain all of your hit die.
Nope, just half.
Half. You heal naturally too.
Yeah, you actually you regain all of your hit points.
All of your hit.
And then half of your. Yeah, the half is rounded down, but there's a minimum of 1 hit die regained. That actually just came up in my offline group recently because somebody spent more hit dice than they would regain back. So, but we were an odd level, so we were trying to figure out did we round up or did we round down? Because at first it seemed like rounding up was the way to go because otherwise, how are you going to get anything back at first level?
Right.
But we eventually found in the rule book where it said that's a minimum of 1.
Okay. So it would be advantageous to short rest now and then.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Good idea.
Those of you who want to regain hit dice, go ahead and roll your hit. points you gain.
Okay, that brings me
So
up to
that's-
max, even without my
yeah.
con bonus.
I will short rest as well because by the end of the hour, my temporary hit points are going to go away. But being a warlock, a short rest gets me my spells back. So.
Nice.
Yours. Anything else? Everybody's go. I think Hames was going to spend a hit time.
Yeah, he's calculating.
Then what do you do after you finish rest? Pass an hour peacefully in a quiet, almost eerily.
I'm going to hopefully persuade the rest of the group that we need to get the hell out of this house and find those children and see what the heck they were getting us to do in the first place.
That's a good idea.
Any objections?
I suppose not.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
need to
lead the.
re-roll.
No objections here.
I'm gonna lead the party down the stairs and towards the main door of the house.
Head down the stairs. You get to the main door after a short. Not really that. Door is still.
I'm going to open it.
Strength.
Strength check, you said, or?
Yeah.
All right, where do I
believe you
do
ha-
that?
you have advantage on.
I sure do, my friend.
Just
Okay, where are
roll
we?
strength on the first page.
Unskilled strength check.
And advantage.
The 13 is like with your. Oh, that is with your ability.
Yeah, I'm not
You
super
struggle-
strong.
Yeah, you struggle with those doors for a moment.
Weakly.
Open up just a little bit, and then wham! They slam shut.
What?
Slip from your.
So, were they like? Did they open like I could see outside?
You see outside for just a moment, and all you see is like a rolling mist. Wham!
But it didn't. It didn't seem like there was. So there's something
It felt like something was pulling on it, but you didn't see anything pulling on it.
right. So it's not something that a crowbar would fix. Because I've already got advantage on strength checks. So using the crowbar to give myself advantage on a strength check
Doesn't give you.
wouldn't. Huh. Can I try it again?
You can. Yeah, you can try it again.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna try it again because I really. What do we have other ways out of this house? Like we've got windows. Wait a second,
Got
we've
a
got those
balcony.
windows. No, I don't
Got
feel like
windows and-
jumping. We got
You got chairs to throw through the windows?
yeah, we got the that huntsman's lodge or whatever the heck that is.
Yeah, you can open up those. You can go check on
those windows
if you
there.
want.
Those are pretty big windows, weren't they?
They were fairly big. You could squeeze through them.
Okay. Well, with the door being held the way it is, I'm gonna go into that huntsman's room and try to pop one of those windows open.
You head over into the huntsman's room. When you go ahead and pull the drapes aside so you can see the glass, and all you see is like just a blank gray mist, and occasionally the swirling mist faces clawing at the.
Oh, goody.
I'm gonna rethink my plan of opening the window.
All right.
All right. Well, I no longer have any qualms about necessarily, robbing this place at this point. So, since we're now in the room with the locked cabinet, in the hopes that there's something in the locked cabinet that will help us, I'm going to try to. Well, first I'm going to examine it and see if I can determine if there might be a trap before I go to unlock it.
Go
We
ahead
can
and
take
roll
those
your
cards.
perception.
While he's doing so, I'm gonna move to that northern cabinet and take those playing cards again. Those are my playing cards.
All right, grab them playing cards.
Got him.
All right, Bellic goes ahead and he searches that cabinet. It doesn't look like it's locked. It looks like a weapons cabinet. It's the kind of thing that a high-end hunter would keep. Basically, the modern equivalent would be a gun.
So it just has a lock, but isn't actually locked.
It has a lock and it is locked.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't look like it's trapped. Is what
Right, it doesn't look like
you
it's
meant.
trapped.
Okay, I will attempt to unlock it.
All right, go ahead. Pop that lock.
Hey,
Very
Alex.
nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
You know you can on your character sheet take it down so you only roll 1 dice per roll.
I had no idea.
And you go
I
ahead-
did know that, and I was going to fiddle with that later.
And you never got.
Correct.
Bellic goes ahead and he fiddles with that lock for a moment. And after a moment, it goes ahead and pops open. The cabinet swings open to reveal about what he might have expected. There is a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow hung on little hooks within. There are 20 bolts in cases for each weapon beneath each.
Very handy.
Well, that's very, very convenient.
Think crossbows are needed around here?
I don't think anyone in here needs one. And also everyone else in here is dead.
I have my crossbow, but we can see about bolts.
Well, I don't know if our cleric happens to have prepared a spell to detect if things are magical.
Nope, not available yet.
Alrighty then. Because I believe that is a ritual spell. So you wouldn't necessarily have to have a spell slot available. You would
You
just have to
you just if you've got it prepared, you just
take a little extra time to
take 10
cast
minutes.
it.
Like 10.
Yeah, you add 10 minutes to the casting time.
Yeah, I don't think it was available yet. I'll have to double check it at some point.
All right, so he didn't prepare.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we've got some sort of unseen force holding the door shut. We've got weird, misty claws and faces pawing at the window. Something wants us in here and not out there. And that mist is super foreboding.
We can
And we also have
try
space.
searching. I was going to say we can try searching the areas where we've got dead space and see if we can find any other hidden clues.
That's a viable course of action. I'm thinking of the balconies. The only balconies were on the 3rd floor, correct?
Yeah, that was the first bout.
But there's a dead
wait,
space
yeah.
on the 2nd floor and a dead space on the 3rd floor that we can check.
Sure. All right. Well, why don't we get the guys that know how to check things like that to check things like that? And I'm gonna go up to the 3rd floor and check those balconies out and see what's out there.
Okay, so you guys gonna split the party?
Well, no. Let's go to the 2nd floor. I'll stand around while they search for dead space.
2nd floor. All right, who is searching where?
I'm going to need a reminder of the layout of the 2nd floor.
2nd floor is have map right there. This is the library. This was the servants' quarter.
The dead space
This was the
is in
conservatory.
behind the servants' quarters or through in the library on the against the back corner over here.
Somebody is now aware that there's a library.
Okay. I'm going to go into the library right here,
Okay.
and I'm going to start pulling books down off the shelves.
Just pulling them off one by one.
Just one by one, leaving a
Take
big
that,
pile.
No.
And no matter what, I'm not going to stop.
So he's just pulling them out. Now, some of these books
I take them from him and stack them on the desk.
There are hundreds of books, and they cover topics ranging from history to warfare to alchemy. There's
It would only
several
be in this
shelves-
back corner.
He didn't specify the back.
No, I'm pulling down every single book off of every
Pulling
single
down
shelf.
literally every book off of every shelf.
We should start in this back corner. Pull down books, but in this back corner
I'll
first.
start in that corner and move my way methodically from one side to the other, shelf by shelf.
There are several shelves containing first edition collected works of poetry and fiction. They are in pretty decent care from what I can tell. Eventually, because of the completely methodical way that he's doing it, he comes to a red-covered book with a blank spine, pulls it, and with a grinding sound, this part of the book.
Oh, hey, they have
You
the
are welcome.
Offices and Accountants. That was a good game.
Okay, I'm going to walk over the pile of books I've left on the floor, carelessly crunching some of them underfoot, and go to investigate the secret room.
I was already stacking them as you pulled them out.
You can't stack faster than I can pull, son. I am crushing books.
This is a cluttered, narrow little. It's got bookshelves packed with tomes that look to be a much darker kind. Room beyond. Some appear almost like ritual books. Some appear almost like they've got like diagrams, demon summoning circles within. There is a heavy wooden chest with a clawed iron up against the far corner of the room. Its lid is half closed. Sticking out of the chest is the lower part of a skeleton leather armor.
That's not ominous at all.
It's kind of like slumped into the chest, or the chest kind of.
So it's head first in the chest?
Yep. Like somebody was looking into that chest and just died.
Mm-hmm. Okay, book guy, you've got some ancient books here. And I'm going to pull out my crowbar.
Okay.
Anyone got any input
At
before I
least
start doing things?
I was just saying, at least it's unlikely that it's a mimic, because if it were, the skeleton would be all the way in the chest.
I'll situate myself to where I can possibly sacred flame it if something goes bad.
It's a single pathway down there.
Yeah, it's a narrow little room.
You got like you're like looking into this like this is like a really narrow hall. Remember, it's only like 5 foot wide, but both sides are closed in with bookshelves.
And
I
that's
estimate you've got like
my range.
Okay,
Be very
well,
I can
Travis,
reach
Java.
in with my glaive. It's a longer reach than the crowbar.
say that again.
My glaive's a longer reach than the crowbar if you want to pry open the lid.
No, I'll just use the crowbar. It's fine. I'm back to full health, feeling full of piss and vinegar.
So what do you do?
So I'm
with
going to
that
approach
crowbar?
that. I'm going to approach that chest and just use the crowbar to push the lid of the chest open.
Okay. The lid of the chest opens up, revealing a strange mechanism interior top of that chest. A skeleton seems to be clutching within one hand a scrolled up piece. There are 3 books with black leather covers within, 3 scrolled pieces of paper, and a stack of smaller papers. That all kind of underneath us.
Okay, I'm gonna stick that crowbar away.
Go ahead and stick your John. Go ahead and put your mute to talk or whatever. I'll stop.
What else?
I think that's you. There we go. Alright, go ahead.
My thing wasn't on then.
No, I think
somebody's
you're getting
was.
my wife in the background
Oh,
when I had my
yours?
push to talk on.
Oh, okay. Alright, sorry about that. My
It's all
bad.
good.
I'm not looking at the chat thing.
So I'm gonna grab the skeleton by like the back of the neck and just kind of hoist him up.
Hoist the skeleton up and his head falls off.
I'm not worried about the
You
head.
go ahead and throw the rest of the skeleton aside.
No.
Skeleton.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna lift the skeleton
Lift
up
him up.
and try to delicately pluck that paper out of his hand.
Skeleton's got 3 darts stuck in his chest piece, still hanging there from the leather.
Yeah, he set off the trap
Go ahead
mechanism
and,
in the
go
chest.
ahead and pull that withered letter, and it's like it's bearing a strange.
Okay, I'm gonna hand it to Dan. What's your character's name again? Hames.
Hames.
All right, I'm gonna hand that paper over to Hames,
Okay.
and I'm gonna stand aside and be like, and I'm gonna gesture to the chest and say, "This seems like it's more in your purview than mine, books and all."
I go up and look at the chest.
Okay. Within the chest, you see the 3 black leather covered books. You see 3 scrolls. You see a stack of paper. This is all in addition to that letter that you
Okay, I remove them from the chest
easily do.
and take them out to the desk.
Right? The desk, it's got a couple drawers in it, but otherwise it's pretty clear.
Jared, what's your guy's name?
Bellic.
You want to take a look at these with me?
Everybody was doing such a wonderful job of calling each other by their character's name. Sudden.
Yeah, I can take a look at them.
So what do you look at?
Would you prefer to take the books or the scrolls?
Let's look at the letter, then the books and the scrolls.
Okay.
You break the seal on the letter?
Might as well. It's the only way that thing's getting read.
Yes. Break the seal with a knife.
Good.
Slit.
Crack the seal and open it up.
And then we all die.
The letter is in a fine, elegant hand. It is understandable to you. It is my most pathetic servant. I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful world. You are but worms writhing in my... You say that you are cursed, your fortunes spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von...
Well, that escalated
Well
quickly.
done.
I do have to say, the last time I saw a character named Bellic rummage around in an old ancient chest, that was the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we know what happened.
That was an interesting letter.
Interesting is not the word. Shall we take a look at the rest?
You know, I'm beginning to think those kids gave us a slightly inaccurate picture of what was happening in their home.
Slightly.
Lies.
What do you look at next?
Is the paper just blank?
No, the papers look like legal papers, actually. One appears to be the deed to a house in the village of Barovia, with a somewhat familiar. One appears to be a deed to a windmill, and there looks to be a will, signed by Gustav and Elizabeth Durst.
You know what? I'm gonna grab the deeds.
Okay.
If we can, figure out a way to uncurse this house, it might not be a bad thing for us to have land around here, since we're no longer where we were.
Call me
I was
crazy.
thinking the same thing.
I am not remotely interested in living in a place that is surrounded by white mist, scratching claws at windows, faces in the mist. Doesn't sound like good real estate to me.
I'm going to
Just
base
throwing that out there.
a safe base if we can clear this place enough.
Yeah, if we
Well,
can
like I
uncurse
said-
literally the entire town, then yeah, that's totally good.
Well,
Alright.
as long as we can come in and go out of the house at some point, then we can use it as a base of operations to start worrying about the rest of the town.
Well, we've already tried to go out, and that hasn't worked out so well. So we'll have to put that on the back burner for now.
Right, but I mean, like we seem to be making progress of a sort at this point. We're finding out more about what's going on in the house.
Also, if you take the D's, go ahead and mark them on your character sheet before you forget.
We'll do.
Keep the will too.
We might as well read the will.
Okay, you do that. The will bequeaths the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Roosevelda and Thornvolt Durst in the event of their parents.
So that deed to the windmill and the house should legally belong to those kids. Should they not?
Assuming those kids are actually alive.
Right. Well, if you're gonna take the deed, I would recommend you take the will.
Yep, that's fine.
Now these books, Javik isn't much of a reader, but I mean I can read and write. So, how many books were there? Did you say?
There's six
There
books
were,
3 books and 3
blank.
scrolls.
Yeah, 3 books. And flipping through the books, you notice that they are blank. However, the craftsmanship makes them worth about 25 gold apiece.
We'll keep the books.
I'm sure they're really blank and not covered with ink of horrible dark rites to summon Yog Sotha.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an optimist.
Which only leaves the scrolls.
Yeah,
I
let's have a look
thought
at
the,
those.
I thought the scrolls were the will and the deeds.
No, those were there's like scrolls, and then there's like stacks of paper. And those stacks of paper were the deeds, and
Okay.
then the scrolls or something else. There are 3 scrolls.
Let's check them one at a time.
They are scribed with magical writing.
Ooh.
How do spell scrolls work in 5th edition? Automatically read them, or do you need?
I'm not sure that read magic exists anymore.
Okay, so they're just scrolls, and you know what they are.
I think so.
We're gonna go with that because I don't want to spend the rest of the. There are 3 spell scrolls: a scroll of bless, a scroll of protection from poison, and a scroll of spiritual weapon.
Those all sound like that they should be held by the cleric.
Well, yes, I
Yes.
have Bless already. 5th edition scrolls, does that mean basically a free casting, or is it
Yeah.
kind of
I
a
don't know. We'll have to look them up between episodes because we are coming to the end of this one. Go ahead and mark them down in your inventory. For today.
Now, what were they again? Bless, spectral weapon.
Bless, spiritual weapon, and protection from poison. And whoever took the books, write them down on your inventory sheet.
I'll put the books on my inventory.
Okie dokie.
And then with that chest inspected and that room inspected, we will call it here for the week. We'll continue at some point. We'll go ahead and set up the next coming day.
Great session.
Anybody got anything to say at the end of the session?
Alex, don't forget to mark down those playing cards on your character sheet since you were.
Oh, I got him.
So, okay.
Okay. All right, and we will leave it here. I'll go ahead and do the.
As
always, this is the RPG Crawler with Heroes in the Mist, my Curse of Strahd / Raven game. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave me a like, leave a comment, see how we're playing, how I'm DMing. I know I need a little bit of work, 5th edition, I'm not used to it. And subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.